A theatre and dance experience, Daddy, by Joel Bray, clearly exemplified the hallmarks of post-traumatic theatre in a work that examined and questioned contemporary issues of personal urges and desires, identity, sexuality, race, and culture. Performed in the Loft from the 24th to the 28th of October, Bray's one-man performance presented a post-traumatic theatre performance in both form and philosophy. In regards to form, the work involved features and conventions of radical and, more specifically, post-traumatic theatre throughout the performance. From its basis, Daddy was radical for blurring the boundaries of theatre and dance, whilst following a fragmented and non-linear narrative, characteristics of radical theatre recognised by Richard Schechner. However, using Hans These Lemon's post-traumatic theatre features, Frieda Chappell and Gilles Kattenbert's intermedial theatre theory, and Josephine Machon's audience participation theory as a structural basis of post-traumatic theatre, Daddy can also be classified as an example of post-traumatic theatre. An example of Bray's use of such features is evident in the scene where Bray read and acted as a porn actor, per the direction of a recorded voice that was played through the speakers, and his image and movements were filmed by an audience member and projected onto a wall on a large scale. The evident features of post-traumatic theatre, recognised by Hans These Lemon, in this scene include parataxis, as it combines multiple integral art forms of theatre and film, the use of dramaturgy in telling story, and simultaneity, as multiple things were occurring at once. Moreover, intermediality, a term introduced by Frieda Chappell and Gilles Kattenbelt, was utilized to change audience perceptions by combining a voice recording with a human voice, a live video recording, and a projection to make a contemporary critique of power and oppression, a commonality of radical theatre recognized by Graham Murdoch. The voice recording of a loud and authoritative male porn director was juxtaposed with Bray's meek voice to establish Bray at a level of subservience and vulnerability. This juxtaposition was emphasized by the immediacy of the live projection of Bray, as it produced a detailed, upscale version of himself where all his vulnerabilities were obvious, while the director remains unseen. Furthermore, audience participation was utilized in this scene to further emphasize this power imbalance, as spectators imagined themselves holding the camera and yet still being unable to make a change in the situation. Per Hans These Lemons and Matthew Reason, this use of audience participation challenged the audience to make meaning of the work and leave them thinking and reflecting. Thus, in regards to Daddy's philosophy and outlook, Bray raised contemporary questions of self-identity and society's disrespectful treatment of cultural appropriation, an outlook stipulated by Graham Murdoch as radical. Although the production predominantly adhered to Hans These Lemon's principles of post-traumatic theatre, certain aspects of Daddy could have been altered so the work would have more closely adhered to those principles. For example, the site specificity of the work. Performed in the Loft, Bray tightly embraced the site of the work, filling the entire space. However, if it were to be moved into a public space with more relevance to the play's content, this would increase the effectiveness of other traits of post-traumatic theatre, of Lemon and Machon, such as the ability for the world to interrupt the work, the audience's ability to interact with aspects of the performance and consequently take some sort of action to progress the performance. Overall, Daddy by Joel Bray was an intriguing experience that brought together a range of mediums and art forms in a very radical way. Thank you.